In terms of building a brand in America and the States, I mean, how's that going? Because he seems to struggle over here in the UK to be loved and appreciated in the way that maybe his career is warranted so far. But how's it going in the States?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, he clearly is one of the biggest names in the US, and I think fight fans. There was a time when the British fans were sort of like maybe a little bit torn between do we support David Haye or do we support Amir Khan, and maybe more people sort of like jumped on the David Haye bandwagon than they did on Amir Khan. But I keep saying it, and I think I'm making my point more and more that I have no doubt that Amir Khan will become pound for pound the #1 fighter in the world. And when he is there, watch and see how suddenly the love he's going to get, not only from the United States but here in the UK. Because you know what? People like winners, and Amir Khan is a winner.
You mentioned pound for pound, obviously not looking too far ahead. Mayweather, recognised as pound for pound probably the best in the world, along with Manny Pacquiao, depending on which side of the fence you sit on in that debate. Is 147 a stage too far for Amir though, considering the journey he's come on, or is it all achievable?
You have to look at today's 147-pound landscape. They're all guys which sort of like moved up, from 140 or from even lower. You have Pacquiao, you have Mayweather, you have Victor Ortiz, you have Devin Alexander. You have very few really natural welterweights. So there's like all smaller guys moving up, and I think Amir fits very well in that league because of his skill set level. I think as it relates to power, as it relates to speed and overall skill, he can compete with anyone.
Where does Tim Bradley fit in all this?
I don't think he really fits in, because
I know that there was a...
He had his chance, He had his chance, and now everybody moves on. There was a time when you had Timothy Bradley, Devin Alexander, and Amir Khan, or sort of like as the three guys at the 140 pound weight class. Obviously now there's one guy who rules supreme over the 140 pound weight class. His name is Amir Khan. So Timothy Bradley has it fought. He had his chance. He didn't want to get paid a career high payday, and so be it. So he's the one who walked away. It wasn't Amir. So we all move on.
Richard, if Amir stays with you, last question, if Amir stays with you next year in terms of fight-by-fight promotion, and I can't see him going anywhere else, what 3 fights ideally would you like to see him have? Because he says he wants to stay busy, doesn't he?
Well, it depends how he feels after this fight. If he decides to move up, he can move up and he can fight at 147, and there are plenty of names there. There is there is a Devin Alexander, there is a Victor Ortiz, there's an Andre Berto, or other names at 147 if he decides to, and eventually a Mayweather fight, but I mean not right away, maybe more towards the end of the year. And then you have as well, if he decides to maybe do one more fight at 140, maybe Eric Morales. So there are a number of names which could factor in very nicely. It really depends on how he feels and if he's going to decide staying at 140 or moving up to 47.
Thanks for your time, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.